Hey y'all, what's up? It's Brittany here in my hand. Thank y'all so much for joining me here today. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be doing this look that you see right here, showing you step by step how to achieve this really soft pink purpley Valentine's Day look that I created. This honestly kind of just happened by accident, which is, to be honest, like my favorite kinds of looks. When I sit down and I have something in mind and then I create something and it comes out completely different. In today's video, I will be using the Too Faced Natural Love palette right here, and I will be dipping into my Jaclyn Hill palette as well. If you don't have these palettes, you can totally go to the drugstore and find similar colors. I'm sure I've seen purples and I've seen pinks, these tones from drugstore palettes. So don't worry if you don't have these exact palettes, but if you do, then great. You can use those and I can show you how to use some colors to create a Valentine's Day look. So if you would like to join me for today's Valentine's Day tutorial, then we'll get started. First off, let's prime our eyelids with some concealer, or you can use a primer if you have that. And we're just gonna give the eyeshadow something to hold on to so that it lasts. Okay, I'm gonna take this buffing brush right here by Eco Tools, and I'm just gonna buff that in. Okay, now I'm gonna take my beauty sponge, and this is damp, and I'm going to just kind of blend that in a little bit more so that we don't have brush strokes and any lines or anything like that. I just used some baking soda to brush my teeth with, and I still have like the taste left over in my mouth. Even though I rinsed my mouth out, it's still, I can kind of taste it. It's so gross. All right, and now you know the drill. We need to set our primer, and I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. blush brush and kind of tap that into this loose setting powder by Maybelline, and I'm just gonna go over that lightly. Oh, so gently. All right, today I'm gonna dip into the Too Faced Natural Love palette some, and I wanna start off with this Heaven shade right here. Oh man, I forgot I used green. I didn't clean my brushes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Eco Tools shader brush right here, and I'm just gonna kind of dip it in this shade right here and press that on the eyelid all over. And honestly, you could have just used this shade to set your eyes with. I didn't think about that beforehand. I just did what I always do and went in. Is this one dirty too? It is. This one's dirty. Okay, so I goofed up and I used a dirty brush, like really dirty, with a light shade. So to fix that, I just went in with the Heaven shade in this. It's dirty, but it's not like dark dirty. And I just tapped it into it and I just blended that out right there. So don't do like I did. Make sure you got some clean brushes ready to go. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe blending brush, and I'm going to dip it in this shade called Lace Teddy right here. And I'm gonna get a pretty generous amount. This is gonna be my first transition color. Okay, I'm gonna build it up some more and go in with Honey Butter right here. Okay, now I'm gonna just take a big blending brush and just go over that really softly, just to blend out those edges really good and make sure they're nice and seamless. Get this wild hair back here. looking like some cray. Okay, next I want to go in the color Nudie right here. Nudie. And I'm using the same brush for all these shades, just combining them all because we've got a plethora of them and we can. And also to build dimension, you know. Really want to get some depth going in there. And this one is going a little bit lower than those other ones, just a smidge though. I'm just kind of dragging this outward so we can kind of make like a cat eye effect. I'm not gonna do anything too strong, but I just kind of want it to come to a point out here a little bit. I should have been doing that with the other colors, but we'll see what we can get, you know? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious if my microphone's picking my mom up snoring right now. She is hardcore snoring. Okay, now on a smaller, more precise blending brush, I want to take this brown shade right here. It's one of my favorites in the palette. It's a darker brown without being too dark. Like, you can use it for the base of a really dark, sultry, smoky eye, but you could also use it for a look that's a little more natural looking in something that you just need to get more depth with. So I really like this brown color for that reason. And we're just gonna kind of set that on the outer part and go ham right here. Just kind of gave it a little bit of that deeperness that I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted to happen. You could go in with this precise blending brush that we applied that last shade with and dip that into that purple shade that I just showed y'all. And I'm gonna kind of tap a little bit of that off because I don't want it to be so dark. I just want a hint of purple to come through, and honestly, this is the only purple shade I have at the moment. But if you have like a softer purple shade, then definitely go in with that. We're gonna blend this out really good. I wonder what it would do to take some heaven and blend over that. Soften that up some. I'm really trying to blend it like so much just to soften it up because it was definitely really harsh. And I did mix in some of that Heaven shade, which was the very first shade that we laid down all over our lid, just to soften that color up some because it was definitely darker than I wanted it to be. If you don't have the color you need, try and make it with what you have. Okay, and I'm gonna pick up that nudie shade with this brush right here, this big fluffy brush, and just lightly go over the seams. All right, next I wanna take my concealer brush by Morphe and I'm gonna dip it in Bunny Nose right here, and I'm gonna get it good, get it real good. And I'm gonna go in and pat this on the lid part. You can bring this up as high as you think you need to. If you want to kind of do more of a cut crease, bring it on up. If you're not feeling a cut crease, hunty, then don't bring it all the way up. That also kind of helped lighten up that purple that we put down too. So, worked in my favor. I think that complements that purple so good. It brings out those purple tones. Now I want to take some satin sheets with the same concealer brush and I'm going to generously dip my brush in that. And this time I'm going to spray some setting spray onto that. Oops. And I'm going to go over top of that Bunny Nose color that we just laid down. And I'm going to start in the center of course, just because I want that to be like the most pigmented. And then I'm just gonna kind of fade that out as we go. I'm not really feeling this, y'all. Not for real. That like totally changed it. Okay, so that swatched better on my arm than it did on my actual eyelid. So I'm gonna go back in with some bunny nose and see what we can do. Okay, so skip that last step unless you liked that better. I like it better with bunny nose. So we're just gonna keep bunny nose on there. And I did have to go in and spray it with some setting spray just to kind of get the extra pigmentation to go over that last shade, because that last shade was just very, like, it had a lot of gold reflex in it. So it was very bright underneath that. And I'm gonna go in one more again. And I'm just gonna very lightly blend that purple shade up into the bottom of the transition area, just to kind of open our eyes up some. I don't want to cover the transition colors though. Go in with this blending brush so that the transition from that shade to the matte shade isn't so harsh. Okay, let's put some eyeliner on. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with my Maybelline. This is the Maybelline New York Eyestudio in the shade Blackest Black, and this is the gel liner, and I'm gonna just do the same thing that I usually do and just line right here, like so close to your lash line that you can barely even see it on your eyelid. You could really, really glam this look up, but just for a daytime look, I would just keep it simple. But if you wanted to, like if you just decided to wear your daytime makeup out for that evening, if you're going somewhere with someone special or your friends, just whatever you're planning on doing, you could totally come home and touch up your makeup and just add a winged liner to this look, and I think that would just look so cute. Okay, I'm running a little low on time, so for this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera, and then I will come back and we can finish our eyes together. So I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Now it's time to finish the eyes. I'm gonna pick up my favorite e.l.f. blending brush right here. This is what I usually use for my under eye anytime that I do a smoked out lower lash line. And I'm just gonna mix the Lace Teddy, which is that light pink shade that we went in with first in our transition area, along with that really light brown nudie shade that we went in from the Too Faced Natural Love palette, and I'm just going to blend that in the lower lash line right there. I use my phone to record these videos, and I swear I've had so many calls. Like, I normally don't get calls during the day, but today, the day I decided to film, everybody and their brother wants to call me. Like, Ish, I am trying to be productive here. If you could please. So if you could please, like, let me create. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, now I'm going to take a flat edge definer brush. This is called an eyeliner brush. It's by e.l.f. as well. And I'm going to take that dark purple shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette that we used earlier in our crease, and I'm just going to put that on the lash line very carefully, like so. Okay, now I'm just going to take Lace Teddy, that light pink shade, and I'm going to just blend that, just so we can kind of blend those colors together and it's not a real harsh line. I didn't want to do anything too smoky because I don't want to steal the show with that pink on top. I really want that to be the main focus, so that's what we gonna Okay, and now you could use a creamy white liner for your inner rim, or you could use a nude liner. I think either one would look great with this look. I'm gonna go in with nude because that's usually my go-to. And this is the Scandal Eyes. This is by Rimmel, and this is a waterproof kohl. And this is in the shade 005 Nude. Okay, and now we need to add a highlighter shade, because who are we without some highlight? I think for the inner corner highlight shade, I think that Satin Sheets that we tried to go in with earlier, that's underneath this bunny nose right here, I think that would be a really good highlight shade. It's got some pink with some gold in it. So that's what I'm gonna do right here, sister. Pop that on the inner corner and curl your lashes, and we're gonna add some mascara. And the mascara that I'm using today is the Maybelline New York. This is the Colossal Big Shot, and this is from the Makeup by Shayla collection. Oh, and don't forget to highlight your brow bone as well. And I'm gonna go in with that same Satin Sheets color that we use to highlight our inner corner. Go ham with some setting spray. So note to all my subscribers, don't do like I just did and apply your mascara before you set your makeup with some setting spray. I actually did that like last week, I think it was, and my mascara transferred. So just a little heads up, let you know, the 411. Okay, I think I want for my lip color, I'm gonna go ahead and do the NYX Liquid Suede. This is a cream lipstick, and this is in the shade Tea and Cookies. So I'm gonna apply that and see if this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so this lip color matches my shirt like almost identically. I'm thinking I'm gonna go over top of it either with this Morphe, this is a Morphe liquid lip. Trying to find the shade Sweets, in the shade Sweets, or I'll go over it with my Too Faced Sugar Cookies. No, it's just sugar. Yeah, my Too Faced liquid lip melted, and probably go over that just to kind of pale it out, give it a little nude, just to kind of tone down, because that's like a really, really bright pink, and I want it to kind of complement my eyeshadow. So once that dries, I'm gonna add that. Okay, I think I like this one better. Which one do y'all like? Let me know in the comments down below which one you like. I think I like this one. It's a lot softer of a pink. So yeah, this completes today's look. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope that y'all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Whether you're celebrating it with someone you love, like a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below and click the notification bell if you would like to be notified every time I upload. Thank you so much again, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye. It's so soft and so smooth. Get it together. We're gonna do it. Fuck it. We're gonna do it. I is be ready for the motherfucking 100th time. For the 100th time, I done tried some damn dick. Fabulous. So what you doing for Valentine's Day, honey? Ben and Jerry? That's so cheesy. My jokes are like the worst, and my hair looks like I went through a freaking car wash without my car. Na, 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 na.